The word sirah in Arabic means a path, a way of life, or how someone behaves and lives. So, when we say sirah of the Prophet, it means the life path and the biography of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which consists of his actions, character, behavior, and also his experience. Firstly, studying sirah is like studying the history of Islam itself. All the major events happened during the Prophet's lifetime, such as the revelation of the Quran, the persecution in Mecca, the hijrah, the battles, and the formation of the Muslim society. The second one is to follow his character. It is as Aisha radiallahu anha said, his character was the Quran. This means every action of the Prophet reflected the teachings of the Quran. So when we study Sirah, we learn how he handled challenges with wisdom and compassion. And by seeing how he lived, we gain real-life lessons that strengthen our faith. The next reason is to understand the Quran. There were many verses in the Quran which were revealed during specific events. If we don't know the story behind them, we might miss their full meaning. For example, Surah Al-Ahzab becomes clearer when we know about the Battle of the Trench. Moving on is to understand the Prophet's da'wah. So the Prophet ﷺ spread Islam slowly and wisely through secret da'wah, public da'wah, and through ijtihad. Lastly is to love the Prophet. As we know, real love comes from truly knowing a person. So, when we read about how the Prophet forgave his enemies, cared for orphans, shared food even when hungry, and prayed for us every night, our love for him becomes stronger. Therefore, his sirah makes us appreciate his sacrifices and follow his example with mercy. Umar radiallahu anhu once told the Prophet that he loved the Prophet, but he still loved himself more. Knowing about this, the Prophet replied that faith is not complete unless we love the Prophet more than ourselves. Umar then reflected. He then thought deeply and came back saying, "Now I love you, O Muhammad, more than I love myself." Then the Prophet ﷺ said, "Now your faith is complete." From this story, it shows that how understanding the Prophet's life helps us to love him sincerely.
So nextly, does the Ummah love Prophet Muhammad SAW today? The answer is yes. The Ummah does love Prophet Muhammad SAW, but deep and sincere love requires truly knowing him. The more a person learns about his character and life, the more love grows. Secondly, to follow the way of the Prophet SAW. Ibn Hazm stated that anyone seeking guidance for this life and the hereafter and the highest moral character should follow the Prophet way. Studying his sirah, which is biography, helped Muslims emulate his exemplary character, which embodied the Quran. Nextly, understanding the Quran. Understanding the Quran are also connected to knowing the sirah, as many verses were revealed in relation to specific events. Sirah provides context for this revelation, such as the Battle of Ahzab and the interaction with the Christian delegation from Najran. The next one is the Sirah, which is the biography of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. This Sirah demonstrates a clear, divinely guided methodology for the Islamic movement. It unfolded in 3 stages. The first one is secret da'wah, the second one is the public da'wah, and the third one is jihad, which is struggle. So, what is secret da'wah? It is a message of Islam that was shared privately with trusted individuals to build a small, strong foundation. Meanwhile, public da'wah, it is the call to Islam become open and public, inviting the wider community. And for jihad, which is struggle, the challenges and struggle faced to protect, defend, and establish the Islamic message. Scholar Munir Gadban emphasized that this progression was intentional and guided by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, not merely a reaction to circumstances.
Next, I will be sharing some of the most important events in the life of Prophet Muhammad SAW. To understand Islam better, it is important to look at his life step by step and how each event prepared the Muslim for the next stage. The story begins in Mecca, where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was born in Bani Hashim on Monday, 12 Rabiul Awal in the year of the elephant. As he grew up, Allah prepared him with noble character, and at the age of 40, while in Kahf Hira, he received the first revelation when Jibril alayhi salam told him, Iqra means read, marking the beginning of prophethood. However, this mission came with hardship. The early Muslims were tortured, and Sumayyah radiallahu anhu became the first martyr when she was killed by Abu Jahl. Due to increasing oppressions, some Muslims migrated to Abyssinia, where the Christian king Negus protected them. Later, after the hijrah to Medina at the age 53, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ established the Constitution of Medina, defining rights and duties for Muslims and Jews, and creating a foundation for peace and cooperation. As the community grew, the Muslims had to defend themselves. In the Battle of Badr, although outnumbered, Allah granted them victory. But the Battle of Uhud taught lesson of discipline and obedience when the outcome changed due to the archer's mistake. Then came the Battle of Ahzab, where many tribes united against Medina, but the Muslims, guided by the idea of Salman al-Farisi, dug a trench, and Allah sent strong winds to defeat the enemy. After these challenges, Islam grew stronger, leading to the peaceful conquest of Mecca at the age of 60, where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ forgave those who once tortured him and removed all idols from the Kaaba. Around this period, the Muslims faced external force in the Battle of Mu'tah against the Byzantine Empire, where leaders Zaid, Ja'far, and Abdullah ibn Rawana radiallahu anhu were martyred, and Khalid ibn Walid led a strategic withdrawal. Shortly after, in the Battle of Hunain, the Muslims faced an ambush but gained victory, learning not to rely on numbers but on Allah. This was followed by the difficult expedition of Tabuk, known as Battle of Hardship, which showed the unity and strength of the Muslim Ummah. Finally, at the age 63, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ fell ill and passed away in Medina, reminding us in his final message to uphold prayer, be kind, and hold firmly to the Quran and Sunnah.